Before we get started on these patterns today, Christina in the comments had a fantastic suggestion. We need to name the mannequin. So let's go give her a name. Personally, have always loved the name Matilda, so I went with Matilda, and we can call her Millie for short. So this is Matilda, still wearing her Juliet dress, which I envy. I wish I could wear it. Okay, Millie. Hello and welcome back to Just Vintage Crochet, where we are going to work the corner bookmarks. We're going to get the rest of them done. So we're going to start with the very first one, pattern number 1. Let me show you what that one looks like. Right here. It's got a bunch of picots in it, and I like working picots, and I thought this one would be fun to work, but that way you have them all. So it says, oh, I guess I need to get into materials. We're using a number 10 bedspread cotton thread, and the pattern calls for a 1.8 millimeter hook. I don't have one, but I do have a modern steel hook that is number 0, 1.75 millimeter, and that's going to be just fine. Because this is cotton thread, so if it winds up being too small, which it likely won't, you can just block it. So it says here to start with a chain of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then it wants us to work a double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. So all the way back down to our very first chain made, and work a double crochet. Then it says to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And it says 3 double crochet, chain 3, and 2 double crochet into the same chain. So back down into our very first chain we made, and we will work 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 1, 2, and 2 more double crochet. 1 and 2, and it says we should have 7 double crochet and 2 chain spaces made. So we have 1, 2, so 2 on each side, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with 3 in the middle. So let's move on to round 2. Okay, now we will chain 3, turn and work a double crochet into the same stitch. Now chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and work a double crochet into the chain 3 space right here, and then work a picot, 1, 2, 3. You will take your hook, and instead of working into the first chain made, come down here and work into the top, right down into the top of that stitch and into the little bar just below the side top of your stitch there. Pull up a loop and work a single crochet instead of a slip stitch. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to skip your first double crochet. You've got 3 double crochet here. You're going to skip your first, and in the middle one you will work 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Then repeat all of this again down the other side. So 1, 2, 3 chains, work a double crochet into the chain 3 space with the picot, 1, 2, 3, go right into the top of that stitch, right down the side of it. Pull up a loop and work your single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and in your very last double crochet, you will work 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. Now for rows 3 through 12, we're going to repeat everything we just did over and over again. So we're going to chain 3 and turn. Work a double crochet into the same stitch, then chain 3, 2 and 3, and into all of your chain 3 spaces that you see in every row that you're going to work. All the chain 3 spaces will be worked the same way, with 1 double crochet and 1 picot. 1, 2, 3. Work that picot right in there like that. And then a chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Skip over the next picot and into the next chain 3 space. Work your double with a picot on top. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and the center portion is always going to be worked the same way. 3 double crochet into the middle double crochet, so you will always skip the first and last double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 3, 2, 3, and work a double with your picot. 1, 2, 3. Lots of chain 3s. Chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and repeat. So this is going to be the row repeat from row 3, which is the row we are on now. Let me get my, here we go. Row 3, which is the row we are on now, until row 12. Will all be worked exactly like this. And I will be back at row 12, chain 3, and into the last stitch you always work 2 double crochet. So every row will start and end with 2 double crochet, with your chain 3 being your first double crochet worked. 1, 2, 3, turn and work a double crochet into the same stitch, and then just carry on with your chain 3 and into the next chain 3 space, work your double crochet with a picot, and that's it. That's all you have to do. So I will be back when I get to the end of row 12. Okay, now we have reached row 12. So what we're going to do is fold it in half like this. And that's how the finished piece will look. So you'll just take it and fold it in half. And we're going to sew the free edge closed. Well, not the free edge, but this edge, because I guess this is technically the free edge. So we're going to sew it shut all the way up to our starting chain 4. So go into the double crochet of the other side and pull your loop through, chain 1, and we're going to work a single crochet seam all the way up. So just do your best, match stitch for stitch, try to keep it as even as possible. And there we go. Just work your way all the way up to the top, and then that's it. You can cut and weave in your ends, because then it is done. Okay, we go. We just flip it right side out. There it is. I like this one. I like the little picots. They're cute and they're fun. I'm going to make number 2 of the corner bookmarks. Looks like a pretty easy one. So let's get started. Of course, all of these patterns require a number 10 bedspread cotton. It calls for a 1.8 millimeter hook. I don't have one, so I'm using a modern number 0 1.75 millimeter steel crochet hook. Okay, so here we go. It wants us to chain 4, and we're going to work 2 double crochets into the very first chain we made down here. There we go. That's 1 and that's 2. So basically that's 3 double crochet. Then we will chain 1 and work 3 more double crochet into the same space, into the same stitch, I'm sorry. 1, 2, and 3. Now we will do that one more time. Chain 1 and 3 double crochet into that same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. And so we will have 9 double crochet with 2 chain spaces. Okay, now we're going to chain 3 for a double crochet, turn and work a double crochet into the same stitch, and every row is going to begin and end with 2 double crochet. So basically you'll start every row with a chain 3 and a double crochet in the same stitch. Now you will chain 1, and in the chain 1 space right here work 3 double crochet. It's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, and at the very top here we've got 3 double crochet. You're going to skip the first one and work 3 double crochet into the middle one, and that's also going to be the same for every row. Every row, when we reach the point where we are at the top here where these 3 double crochet are, you're always going to skip the first and the last one and work 3 double crochet right into the center one. Now we will chain 1 and work 3 double crochet into the next chain 1 space. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1 and work 2 double crochet into the very last stitch at the top. Here we go. 1 and 2. Chain 3 and turn. This starts row 3, I'm sorry. And every row will start the same with a chain 3 for a double crochet and a double crochet into the same stitch. Chain 1 and work 3 double crochet into the chain 1 space. Chain 1 and work 3 double crochet into the next chain 1 space. And every row will be worked just like this. Chain 1 and 3 double crochet into every chain 1 space. Chain 1 and 3 double crochet into the middle double crochet of our 3 here at the top. So you will repeat this until you have finished row 11. So this is row 3 that we're on now, 1, 2, and 3. So keep going until you have completed row 11. 2 and oops. Whoops, that's a new word. 3, chain 1 and work 3 double crochet. Oh goodness, did it again. Into the next chain 1 space. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1 and 2 double crochet on the end. There we go. Then you will start again with your chain 3, turn and double crochet into the same stitch. Okay, so just keep working like this again until you've completed row 11. And to point out, an easy way to count your rows is to just count your 3 double crochet sections going right up the middle. That'll tell you what row you're on. 1, 2, 3. Very easy. Okay, I have reached row 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So here's what we're going to do next. Chain 1 and turn, and in this space between the first 2 double crochet, which would be your starting chain 3 and then the double crochet right next to it, work 1 single crochet. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now working in all of the spaces until we get to the tip, work a single crochet plus chain 3. Single crochet plus chain 3. All the way to the tip, just before you get to the tip. So work your last single crochet into the last chain 1 space, and then come on back and I'll show you what we're going to do in the tip area. There we go. Very easy. 1, 2, 3, and then single crochet in the next chain 1 space. Be right back. Okay, now that we've worked our last single crochet into the last chain 1 space, we chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and in between these 2 double crochet into that space between them, we're going to treat that like a chain 1 space and work a single crochet, and then do that again in the next space over. You'll chain 3, and into that space work a single crochet. Then just continue working your chain 3s and single crochets. Of course, we're going to chain 3 again, and then single crochet into the chain 1 space all the way to the end. When you work your last single crochet into this very last chain 1 space, come on back and I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, now we've worked our last single crochet, so we're going to chain 1, yarn over, and work a half double crochet into the top of that turning chain right there. Here we go. Chain 1 and turn. Work a single crochet into the same stitch. Now chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and into this first small chain space right here, work a single crochet. Then chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and work a single crochet plus chain 4 in every chain space. When you get to the tip, you will just simply repeat that. You'll work your last single crochet here, chain 4, work a single crochet, chain 4, work a single, chain 4, and work a single, and then continue chain 4 and work a single all the way to the end. When you do get to this end right here, and in this last loop you work your last single crochet, come on back and I'll show you how we finish this row off. Okay, now we have worked our last single crochet into the last loop. You will chain 1, yarn over, and into your very first single crochet right here on the end, work a double crochet right there. Okay, last row, chain 1, turn, and work a single crochet into the same stitch. Now chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and into this very first small loop, work your single crochet, chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into every loop. And also, just like we did before, into the loops on the tip. When you get to the end, come on back and I'll show you how we form the bookmark. Okay, now let's form the bookmark. So you've ended on this side like this. Now turn your work like this and fold it in half by pushing this portion under, just like that. And you will see that on the side of this edge on both sides there are 2 double crochet. So what we're going to do is use that outer double crochet as if it were a chain space, and we're going to work into those. on both sides. So try to line everything up as best as you possibly can, because once you stitch it, it's stitched. That's how stitching works, right? Anyway, cheap mom joke. So make sure that it is lined up fairly nice. And join right here. Just join these two halves together. Chain one. I'm going to work a single crochet into that join. And chain 5 still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see here. Find our next space over. Should be right here. Work a single crochet and chain 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we find our next 2 double crochets on the end. And you'll use this one here that's sticking up on both sides. And just go right in there and work a single crochet. Chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and repeat. Okay, meet back up with me when we get to the very top. Okay, so real quick, before I show you how we do the tip, I did go back and undo my chains, and I reworked them much tighter so that they were less loose and flopping around. They look a little more uniform and neat now. So just a little advice there. Okay, work my last stitch again. It's chain 5. Now we're just going to go right into the tip, just anywhere it will go into. Work our single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just come over here down the other side and work a single crochet. I yarned over, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just continue to work your single crochets in all of the double crochet spaces that you see. 2, 3, see how you can see them all very clearly. So just keep doing that. 2, 3, 4, 5. And work your single crochet. There we go. And then when you get down to the end, you will just work your last chain 5 and single crochet into the side of this loop right here. And that's it. Then you can just cut, weave in your ends, and tie off. You will be done. So let me go ahead and finish this one up so I can show you the final reveal. To show you how we work that last one, I've got my 5 chains. I'm just going to go right into this space here. And there we go. We just chain 1 and cut. Oh, there's my scissors. Okay, I'm going to weave in all of my ends really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so there we go. There are bookmark patterns 1 and 2. And pretty soon I will have 4 and 5 up. As we already have 3 up, that was the first one I put out. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on patterns 4 and 5. I don't know how soon they'll be out, but very soon. There you go. I really love these. They are so neat. And I will see you guys in the next tutorial as always. Bye!